Tim and Greg are on an amazing journey. It seems around the globe, and I don't think I was meant to contact them this morning, but what the hell, I did anyway. It is time for Appraise This. Tim, Luke, and Greg Schramm, the appraisal guys, the frickin' frack of Nick and Knack, and they are worldwide today. You can find them at tqag.com, and I guess right now I'll say good morning, good day. What time is it?
Buongiorno, buongiorno, Marshall. We just came from lunch. We are in Barcelona, Spain.
Our last port of call.
I'm sorry to bother you guys on your vacation.
No bother at all.
We're just getting ready to go on a tour to see that's why I said, yeah, bring it on. We'll talk to you. That's great, because we are going to see some of Gaudi's wonderful architecture, as well as getting a tour of the city. And we disembark the ship tomorrow, and we have 2 days in Barcelona. So we are definitely going to hit some of the museums and take a look at all of the architecture. And this has been a cruise of a lifetime. I'm just going to give a plug to Viking Cruises. If you ever have wondered or thought this was their ocean cruise from Venice to Barcelona, outstanding. Just a lot of fun and a lot of history, which has been great.
Yeah, today we're going to get on the bus, and this is what was nice. We did this yesterday as well. We were in Marseille. We get on the bus. We take the bus tour around just to see, and don't get off anywhere, just to see what the sights are. And then you get off, and then you walk around and go to the places that you want to see. So we're doing that today in Barcelona, and then that's why we're extending, so that we can actually get lost in Barcelona on our own.
Well, it just sounds like a lot of fun, but over here you missed that woman that had that thing hanging in her kitchen or something that was worth 20
Oh, we didn't miss it at all.
We didn't miss it. Miss Jill, who we love, kept us surprised, and I shared it on Facebook, and I love that kind of stuff, and brought it up at our evening cocktails last night.
Oddly enough, we brought it up before, because on our tour, one of our tours around, one of the guides says, and there was just a piece that was hanging in a woman's kitchen. And of course, some of the people on our tour we had talked to who were on the cruise with us about what we do for a living. And, it's kind of like if you meet somebody who says they're a doctor, and the next question you get is, oh, doc, I have this pain in my elbow. Well, it was kind of like that on the cruise, and we've had such a good time talking to people.
Well, I also have to add that yesterday we were in Aix-en-Provence, and what a wonderful walking tour that we had.
It's the home of Cézanne.
It's the home of Cézanne. It is also the, and I'm not sure where the street artist, where he's from, but I know he's from France. It's not France. It's France. American. All the Americans keep saying France. And I've learned to say France. So that's one of my takeaways. The second takeaway is that as we were walking around X, there's a street artist named Invader, or Space Invader, and we've talked about it on the show before.
Yeah, I saw the picture. Yeah.
Yeah, and we sold them at Julian's, but I got to see them in the wild, and I found 3 of them. I found 3 different ones, and I was, Greg, wait, get a picture.
So I said to Tim, it would be fun just to have a tour, know where they all are, and then take a group and just go
and try to find
them, because it was almost like a scavenger hunt, and it was really fun, really a lot of fun. And X is an absolutely beautiful place.
Oh, yeah, that. I would love to go back there and stay for several days, because you can walk around, and just the beauty of Europe. I mean, and the ease of getting through the different countries and things has been really wonderful, really enjoyable.
Now, of all people, years ago, for 3 years running, 2 years on the Queen Mary 2, Queen Elizabeth 2, and 1 year on a horrible cruise ship that I won't even talk about, I led a cruise to Bermuda. and I got my cruise for free, and I was given an upper deck, really beautiful stateroom, and I had each year I had the first year I had I think it was 48 people, and the second year I think we had almost 50 people. The third year was a little less, but you guys would be the perfect ones to lead a tour like this.
Oh, my darling, you have just planted the seed, because we just booked another river cruise, and we were talking to them, and actually we got to know a couple of the people who work for Viking, and we're going for drinks with them in Barcelona tomorrow night once we're off of the ship at our hotel. And we have several ideas that we're bouncing off of them. And yeah, you know what? There is so much to enrich and so much artwork and so much architecture. We've really this has been a vacation of a lifetime.
Really,
it really has.
Well, you guys are perfect to do it. You guys are perfect to do it. If I could get 25 couples to go to Bermuda with me, you guys, with your fan base, can get equally.
Well, I have fallen in love with the lectures on the ship. We've had the historians are
and
absolutely
some of the
amazing.
The doctorates.
Yes.
There was a woman who she's a former volcanologist, and now she's a geologist. And it was wonderful because we on the ship. We were going around and through the strait between Sicily and Italy. And as we're going around and up, you see the volcano Stromboli. And, you know, Greg Strom, he made the mistake of telling me when we got together very early on that they used to tease him in school and call him Stromboli. So throughout all of the tours, it's been Andiamo, Stromboli. Let's go. Andiamo. So it's been fun.
Well, I could see it now, though. I could see you guys leading a cruise. And even though it's free, you get your cabin for free. You spend tons of money anyway. Because
are you kidding me? Forget it.
I think this would be a wonderful thing to do, is to go on a cruise and do some lectures like this, because
help enlighten people about not only the artwork but the area.
It would really be fun. I would enjoy that very much. So, well, we might have our opportunity, because they're doing a world cruise now. I think you go out for like 120 days.
It's like 4 or 5 months.
Can you imagine having the copious free time to travel the world for 4 months? Wow.
Yeah, I think it's great. You know, I'm one of these people that loves cruising, but I like it on big ships. What I would always love to do is I'd like to take the cruise from New York over to England, and then the crossings, and then while you're in England, take the train to France. The Channel to France.
France.
That's I did that because I like to dance, and that's what. And then on the way back, take the from London and fly to fly back home. But
right.
I don't know if I'm ever going to get the time.
No, well, and that's the whole thing, is the time. And I will tell you what has been just wonderful with this cruise is that there's only 900 guests that are on the ship. And to that 900, I think there are close to 350 to 400 crew. The ratio is wonderful.
Yeah, it's almost.
The service has been just amazing. So having that and going from port to port and whatever we're doing, there's been no shortage of just entertaining things to see and learn. And they have a wonderful theater where they also did TED Talks. They projected the TED Talks because they don't have people on the boat. But whatever it is that you want to do and whatever you're into, especially history, they have nightly roundtables with the local historian, and they talk about the history of the region of wherever we are. So very cool.
And you guys got to leave right from where you live, right?
Well, Fort Lauderdale, close.
Well, we did have a little bit of an odyssey at the very beginning because of the weather that was happening in New York.
We were supposed to fly out of New York, but with all that bad wind and everything, we had to quickly scurry down to Miami and fly. Then instead of directly into Venice, we flew to Rome, and then from Rome to Venice. So it was, and Greg said it right, an odyssey, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, we made it work. It's
That's what wine is for.
That is what wine and Benadryl is for.
Now, I also wanted to, Greg, I wanted to comment you on your beard and mustache combination.
Oh,
The goat. How about the goat?
Oh my God.
That's Greg's goat.
I said to Tim, I said, "Oh my God, who knew this was going to have such a reaction?" I think the goat is going to have its own page.
It'll be Stromboli's goat. It'll have its own webpage and everything.
I'm telling you. It was. I'm glad a lot of other people know.
Oh yeah, no, you're not the only one, and I'll tell you, it's like the comments have been great. But the other thing that I just have to throw out is, because we love, of course, I don't know what day it is, I don't know what time it is. It's fabulous, but we're waking up at crazy hours, and of course we're up before the sun comes up, and we've been able to capture some of these gorgeous sunrises
and sunsets.
Right, but the sunrises as we're coming into a port. And it's just been really just a wonderful, wonderful experience.
I just want to say, just in closing, before we go, is one of the most amazing sunsets that I've ever seen in my life was over the Côte d'Azur. Oh my God, I've never seen anything so spectacular.
That was beautiful. That was really beautiful. And what we're looking forward to is that while we're here in Barcelona, is get an opportunity to go see the Picasso Museum, because of course his homeland, and just to see the artwork. We've ran into a number of couples that love art and were talking to us about art. We started the tour in Venice, and we went to the Peggy Guggenheim Museum, which it's her palazzo, and she was good friends with so many of these artists and married. Too much to go into at this point, but it was wonderful.
Well,
great.
I just want to encourage all of the listeners that are listening out there, if you're interested at all in the Guggenheim Museum or Peggy Guggenheim and her collection, you should read her autobiography. Oh my God. It is a tell-all, like to end all tell-alls. It is amazing.
And it's pretty stream of consciousness. She goes into everything.
Yeah. But, we actually got a chance to see in her collection, which was her house, Pollocks that were just hanging on the walls. I mean, the original Calders. Her headboard in her bedroom was a Calder sculpture
in Sterling.
That was made just for her, and it's hanging in the exact same spot it was when it was done. So I'm telling you, Peggy Guggenheim autobiography, or her biography, read it. It's a page burner.
It's a pisser.
Well, I want you guys to have a safe trip home, and I'll bother you at home next week.
We look forward to it, Marshall. I'm glad we could do this. You guys have a great week.
Enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Adieu.
Take care.
Buddy.
Bye-bye, guys. Tim Luke, all right. Tim Luke and Greg Schraub, the appraisal guys, the frickin' frack of Nick and Knack here on Robin Hood Radio with Appraise. You can find them at tqag.com on the web.